Thank you, ladies. Snappy snaps to you. So happy to see all of your radiant faces and energies and beaming soul bodies the last 3 days. Thank you for being with us. And I'm very honored to be the being bonus mom, bonus friend. Not the bonus girlfriend, but just saying. So, very excited about today's topic because, and I wore appropriately, red and gold. And it's because this is something that superpowers, superhero archetypes are something that is been a part of our culture and a part of our upbringing and a part of our this ethereal thing of some powerful being that has these magical abilities, and we are that. They're reminders for us that we have each and every one of those superhero archetypes within ourselves. And one of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you is the actual founder of a lot of the superhero movies and cartoons and so forth, who I have the honor of working with in the foundation and working with actual superheroes. So let's start with, what is soul purpose and how does that become your superpower, right? Everyone's always asking like, well, but what is my purpose? How many of you in here know for sure that you know your soul purpose? Woo! Nice, beautiful, okay. So, if you got it, then hang on to it. Now, how you express and portray and bring that soul purpose to service, we'll talk about a little bit later. Now, for those of you who have not yet come into that remembrance of your soul purpose, let's go there for a little bit, okay? Now, would you agree that our sensitivities, that which we are most empathic to, that which we are most delicate in nature to, are actually, in reflection, our strengths? Yes? Beautiful. Then in the similar analogy, our soul purpose, our soul's desire is that to create joy, right? We want to live in joy. That's what we're here to do. That's what alignment is. Now, joy is expressed very easily as a child, and we all get to do what? Play. Yes. So check this out. The actual equation for prosperity resonates at a frequency of 1,000 hertz, okay? The equation to create prosperity, to manifest it from the energetic into the material, into your life, is play at the frequency of, I think, 640 or something, and purpose at the frequency of 460. It's math. Pretty cool. Now, purpose comes from the inspiration of anything that is in the way of creating joy. Which means what? The inside inner reflection of that which is keeping you from experiencing joy. That's all the stuff that irritates you. That's your triggers. That's your emotional, how could they do that to me, kind of stuff, okay? That's that inside voice that so many of us have that gets angry. That's like, cursing out somebody back there, but you just don't want to let it out because it's socially unacceptable. That trigger, I want you to feel into those. We have a lot of intense situations and events happening on our planet right now. We have extreme archetypes, swinging the pendulum, right? We have extreme demonstrations over here of mass control by fear. We have extreme demonstrations over here of mass awakening of love. Pretty extreme. And these events and demonstrations are necessary in order to bring us back to the center of integral harmony. Just as humanity is taking that polarity swing right now, so are we in being called out to rise up, in being triggered awake, in being poked and prodded and be like, come on, what's it going to take for you to remember? The more that you can allow those triggers to make you come alive, to make every single cell in your body reverberate with that energy of, I'm going to fix this. Oh, honey, now you've got that. Now you remember what you're here for. We were talking about the graceful warrior, right? And that sword of discernment. What are you going to slice and chop out of your way? What irritations? What issues in your tissues are you going to clear and heal within yourself so that you can reveal your light? What's it going to take? Okay? The triggers, the sensitivities, the things that make you go, ugh, about people, about life, about circumstances, about energy, about whatever's going on. Go in there a little bit more. It's not about to feel angry or upset about it. The negative connotation about what anger is how it's used and portrayed against others. Yet, when it is harnessed as a powerful force of creation, damn, y'all better look out, right? That is ferocity. We have to get fierce, sisters. Fierce love. That's what Mama Isis represents. That's what Kali, Durga, all these powerful goddesses. They are just as in their divine warrior and masculine as they are in their divine feminine. So fiercely loving. But if you touch my baby, you're dead, right? Mama bear over here, maiden over here, matriarch in the center. The Trinity. We always have the Trinity of masculine, the Trinity of the divine feminine. Maiden, the mother, and the matriarch. We all carry the balance of that Holy Trinity within us. That's on our left side. On our right side, we have the Holy Trinity of the masculine divine. Same order, right? The prince, the king, and the emperor. We also have those. Now, let's take this analogy and storyline. Pretty intense, good stuff. Let's apply this to the Stan Lee Foundation, which I have the honor of working with, who is the creator of Marvel and POW and all those awesome superhero comics. Just had our 10-year anniversary yesterday. Pretty awesome day for that, yay. And do you recall in the superhero movies that every single superhero has got a funky little quirk? Something's wrong with that guy. They got some issues, you know. It's like, Batman's the only one. I noticed. I was like, wait a second. He's got his shit together on the inside and the outside. Where's his quirk? Oh, that's right. He is so perfect, he's unattainable. Nobody can love him. He's got a quirk too. Same thing. Triggers, sensitivities, delicate points. That which you think is weird about you. Do you know what weird really means? Does anybody have a weird thing about them? We got weirdos? Okay, cool. Because weird, if you look it up, it means supernatural. Supernatural. Weirdos. It's for funner, right? Yeah. So, feel into those reflections, right? What is it that you are projecting or judging about yourself? What is it that you are creating in separation about your own belief that is actually the glory of the most powerful expression of your divine joy that just happens to be doing awesome stuff for the world or other people in service for the highest good. And you get rewarded for it. That's the extra cool part. That's part of the universal equation. I call this whole concept of these divine numbers and frequency codes and emotional mental acts of reprogramming our human experience and conditions. We get to be really, really excited about our purpose and being playful about it as well. Now, do I have a time check? Was that? Okay. Is that, I'm just checking on the ladies. Is that, we're good? Okay, excellent. We were checking on time, making sure we're wrapping up accordingly. So, soul purpose, superpower. What could possibly, are you writing things down? I see a lot of ladies writing down. Besides your own belief system, there's one more little key factor that goes into this. I call it OPE. Other people's energy, experience, and environments. They no longer apply to you. The second thing that I've seen in mentoring leaders around the world for over 20 years is that they get distracted. There's a lot of distractions out here in the world that we can go down this rabbit hole, down that rabbit hole, down the other. There's Facebook. That's the dopamine crack addiction of society, by the way. So be very, very clean with yourself on what energy channels you're choosing, okay? And be very clear about your discernment of whose energy, whose environment you're actually going to accept as a part of your reality or not. Because you're either going to go, oh, that's so not mine, good for you. Yeah, you do you, cool. Or you get involved and you get distracted. And then you get reprogrammed into their belief system. We call that corporate America. Oh, snap. And somebody asked me once at a seminar where I said, well, if all of us leave the job force out there and decide to live our purpose and all be some kind of, service provider or coach or something, well, then who's going to do what? Who's going to do all the other, busy work and stuff? That's called a distraction. Are you going to pay attention and run off the cliff with all the lemmings? No, it doesn't look like fun or play. That is not going to bring me joy. Do we all want to live in joy? Yes. Do we all want to feel rewarded for being in service? Yes. The most important part about awakening your superpowers and remembering your soul purpose is that we get to play. We get to play and joy. And the first most important part about creating that again in our life is purification. Purification of OPE and purification of anything. Look at those triggers. Anything that could possibly be preventing or distracting you from creating more play and joy in your life. Now, on that note, it got really serious in here. Are we all okay? Good. On that note, I get to talk about this a lot more because in Sophia's program we were talking about, gosh, well, how can we weave you in with the conversation? And guess what? Intuition is one of my favorite superpowers. It's one of the superpowers that we all have. In fact, we have 6 different types of intuitive communication. 6 superpowers. Does anyone know what all those are? They're called clairs. Clair means clear inner. So we all know about clairvoyance, right? Yep. That means clear inner sight. And we get to learn about what all the other clairs are, what your most dominant superpower of your intuitive knowing is, and then how to enhance and actualize that and see it, actually creating that positive purpose, flow, and play in your life. And the desirable, rewarding OPEs will be synchronistically arranged for you. It happens naturally. Where I live in Italy, there's this beautiful temple called Damanhur. Has anyone heard of Damanhur? Hidden temple in the mountain? Yeah. So I've been living there part-time for a little over 4 years now. And they study and teach the energetic practice of synchronicity and miracles as a common, normal, standard operating energy is how it works there. Oh, you need a ride to the airport? Oh, synchronicity will take care of you. I bet you didn't even offer me a ride. It gets handled. It gets, magically swirled. So I'm very excited to be a part of the year-long program with Sophia and the certification activation for all of you ladies that will be joining us. And I get to talk more about those 6 clairs and more about your purpose and really stepping into your full superpower wings so that you can take flight. And if you'd like to go to my website and learn more, miraclematrix.academy. And Miracle Matrix came through because there's a lot of folks that were like, oh, we're in the matrix. I'm like, yeah, but you should see mine. My reality, my happy bubble over here, it's all sparkly and rainbows, Pegasus flying by, let's go. Right? So we get to create our own reality. And that's another part of our purpose and being in service. I haven't really paid attention to movies or TVs. I work with some really incredible celebrities, and I have no clue, who they are. Because I refuse to allow myself to be distracted from living and serving in purpose. I haven't watched TV in 20 years. Why? My life's way better than that. And if you'd like to live a life that is a dream come true reality for yourself, then we get to awaken your soul purpose so that you can remember the amazing superhero goddesses that you are. Love you all. Oh, keep going. Oh, yay. Okay, awesome. I was looking for the time check. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Some more soul purpose? How about we take a couple of questions? Have any of those coming up? Yes, Tyler. Mike? That'd be amazing. Thank you.
When you say the soul purpose, how specific do you need to get? For example, mine is empowering women into their sacred sexual empowerment and body confidence.
Yes.
Is that sufficient, or it needs to be even more grand?
No, that is considered the general, right? So looking at the prosperity equation, then we want to apply that to our specific archetype. And there's a process that I teach called the golden mean. And in this is another equation. I'm kind of geeky like that. So in this equation of the golden mean, this is where we get really, really specific about, oh, I love to share this. I love to embody that. You have a beautiful passion for awakening passion and that beautiful sexual energy within others and expressing it, right? So then you get to get really, really specific, because if you follow the patterns of success and prosperity, you will notice that they honed in so pinpointed on the niche market and exactly who and what and why. What they do is what they do, right? So yes, knowing you're honed in on, you have a solid purpose. Now how you do that, okay, is one little slice of the pie. So if you can see kind of like a circle diagram here, we'll just kind of create this in the auric field. And then, oh look, there's a timer. And then there's a big one, big circle there. And then a little bit of a smaller circle on the inside, and then a smaller circle inside of that. Can we draw that? Might as well. Let's do it real quick. Everybody wanna hone in on their life purpose real quick? Awesome. Okay, good. Oh, I'm so glad. Was that? Yes. Okay, so you have a paper out. Everybody ready? Okay. Big circle. Good. Everybody make one big circle, as big as it can fit on your page. Good. And make it a little bit smaller. One on the inside. So you want a large, a medium, and a small circle. 3 rings. Cool? Awesome. Now in the very center ring, what is another word for purpose without having to explain a whole long sentence? For example, what's a 3-year-old's favorite word or question to ask? Why? Why? Put that in the center. Why does it matter? Why do I care? Why do they care? Why is it important to the planet? All your whys. So then on one side of the paper, you're going to have your rings. On the other side of the paper, you're going to have your lists. Okay? You can write down your list on that side. Put why. No. Write down your list. Now, second circle, second ring there. This is your how. How do you do it? How do I share my gifts? How do I teach about sacred intimacy? Also very important to reflect on how others may have done it before you. How it relates to other products that are similar. How have they succeeded and or failed that you can learn from without having to repeat those fallbacks? All those little hows, write that on your list on the other page. Cool? Third ring, big one on the outside. That's the what's. What do you do? What about it makes it special? Is it a widget that your what is? Is it a beautiful retreat experience? What's your what about? What color? What smell? What archetype? What people? What environment? What? Okay. Now that we have those rings, we're going to make some little pie shapes in there. Now we're going to hone in and get specific on exactly who this is made for. So make like a little quarter cut piece. You want a big piece of this pie, right? Because the who's pretty important. So check out the who are you in service to, specifically. How old are they? What's your avatar? What do they love? What are they missing in their life? What do they desire from your offering of purpose? Get very specific. The more specific you can get, the more honed in on your purpose and how you deliver it, you will become. We're creating a laser beam right now for you and your attention. Awesome. Next question, or next pot. When? Yes, we know now. Now is the present, now is this, now is that, yes, okay. Now, when did you know? That's one of my most favorite questions that I ask myself. P.S., by the way, you might want to write that down. When did I know? When did I know that I knew that I knew that I just kept it to myself and didn't say anything? Oh, man. Right? From the time that you know something and you feel it in your intuition, in your goddess body, in your everything has its core yes or no, and you know what that is, and you're about to step into it, and then you go, no, it's okay. I'll just go over here. Oh, honey. That is energy being compressed and suppressed and disassociated into your body. That's the issues in the tissues I'm talking about. This is where it's no longer acceptable for us to hold back, to be silent. Now, that doesn't mean we have to be all like raging psychos out there. We got enough of those. Yet, you won't be blaring out. In general, people don't overreact if they share and speak what they feel when they know it. The when is super important. Timing is important. There's another equation on time. I'll give you the short version rather than the long version. Equation of time, pretty simple in the universe, is if you see a wave, right? Sometimes the wave will be like super high and super low and really close together, and other times it'll be like flowy and soft. So the intensity, this peaks of the wave, okay? The intensity of an event, and then the duration in which the next event happens, okay? The next wave, the next boom, the next full moon. Let's just call it a full moon, okay? We had a full moon here, and a new moon there, full moon there, and then, oh my God, we had a super moon, right? Those events, when they are increased in intensity and shortened in duration or frequency, creates a time loop or an increase in the rate of time. So when is super, super important. Speaking of, my time just went out. We'll just roll with it. All right, so the when. Now, the other two parts of the pie, what do you think those are? What all do we have so far? And when. Right? We have our who. Okay, good. Now, where are you going to do it? What's really cool, and I love about this class, is that when I've taught it to 10-year-olds, they're like, oh, I know this. They don't have the blocks and the filters of OPE, right? We have societal programs in the way. We have relationship trauma, drama stories. Get out of the way. One of my clients about 15 years ago took her through this process, and she's like, I just love butterflies. Oh, honey, that's perfect. Let's go with that. Yeah. You know what she created from this golden mean equation process? The butterflies that come out of a box at the weddings. And yeah, she is rocking it. She's sending little white butterflies around the world. Because she just loved butterflies so much. It was the one thing on the planet that gave her so much joy and so much innocence that she thought she was a weirdo as a kid because she loved them so much. That's the one. Right? Go back to your 10-year-old self, to your 5-year-old self. Go back to those playful, see, now I see you lighting up. There it is. You get the angel bombs and the little, oh, I love butterflies too. Yeah. That's good. Okay, now, the final square, or a piece of the pie. It's you. It's right in there. Me. Or I. Me, I am, the trinity of yourself. How am I the living embodiment, the living example, the actualized truth of all of this? Is there anything in my life that could possibly be misrepresenting everything in your golden spiral? Is there anything within your own behaviors, your own actions, your own emotions, your own reactions, your own everything that could possibly be in judgment with everything in your golden prosperity spiral? If so, when did you know? And from that point that you knew, how long did it take you to actually make a decision of change? We'll let that go. Just make it now. Make it new now. Because now you know that you knew that you get a time loop hop right back into this space of immediate discernment and action. Did everyone get all the notes? Do we have any questions on the golden mean circle? And the spiral? No? Cool? Good? Okay. Awesome. And how are we on time now that it's been out?
Just about like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. Fantastical. Yes, Seth?
I was wondering more about the where.
The where. Okay, excellent. So the where has to do with the location of availability, right? So this has to do with where are you physically located compared to where are your who's, your people, your avatar. Where could you possibly require to have something made? Like, for example, the beautiful example of Robin's bowls and her whole bowl kit and everything. Somebody had to make that somewhere. Who did that? Where did they do it? Right? She got honed in on those details. Also where, for example, where today we're at the La Jolla Women's Club. Tomorrow we'll be online. There's many, many options to the wheres. And it's important also that you get very clear on what part of your process and where you are taking your client, your avatar, on that journey with you. Where are you starting? Where are you leading them to? All of those wheres are part of your question. Any other questions around this one? I would love to go through a whole workshop and teach you how to do this. Maybe we can do that someday. We'll see. Talk to Sophia. Are we good on that? Okay, good. Yes, sir.
So if you're pretty clear on your vision, what do you do, going back to synchronicities and miracles, what do you do, like tangible things to do to trust more before those synchronicities arrive?
Okay. Great question. That's what tangible things can I do for those synchronicities and miracles to arrive? Yes? Is that about right? Okay. Ready? Listen and do, feel and go. The more that intuition is a muscle, okay? All 6 superpowers of intuition are energetic muscles. The more you work out a muscle, the stronger and more resilient it gets, and the better you know how to utilize it, right? So the easiest way to strengthen your intuition and create that positive momentum of synchronicities and miracles in your life is by acting on it when you feel it. Listen and do, feel and go. We can all get that, right? Now, how many times have we've all done it, right? It's like, I knew I shouldn't have said that. I knew I should have gone there. I knew, Let's not have that happen again, because that's what actually blocks and takes us out of that synchronicity and magical spiral. Okay, so the more that you can act on, so like bypass the brain. You know, we have more energy. We have 5,000 times more energy coming from our heart chakra than we do from our brain. Okay? We have 70 to 100 trillion cells in our body. Every single one of those cells has a brain, little nucleus. That's where our intuition is coming from, that the pulse of the accumulation of all of our cells in our body. So the more that you can energetically feel and then physically respond to it, the stronger that muscle will become, the faster and easier the universe will get the memo that you are on point and that you are making actual steps to communicate with your fierce love, with your purpose, and not letting any monkey mind distractions or OPEs or anything in your way, and just keep going. The more that you can trust and follow and embody your intuition, the faster the miracles and synchronicities will appear in your life, and the support agents to keep you on your path. Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. Now we're done. Okay, ladies, I love you all. I appreciate you. We have so much more to share with you on this glorious third day of our Temple Body Activation Retreat. Thank you all. And again, you can check out, I have a free psychic skills class for you on miraclematrix.academy. So please go ahead and check that out and can learn what your superpower, most dominant superpower is.
Thank you so much, Fairy Godmother.